you've talked about the staging for the booth. Is that something that you supply, or is it something that's in your contract rider for the company?
Basically, you can do either or, right? I'm really fussy about my stage, so I say, here's the staging I need, or you're going to rent it from me, right? And I'll provide it. And some people, especially with your first-time clients, sometimes they're not going to, they go, oh yeah, we'll have a stage for you. You can use that, and then you get there and it's not really. So it depends on how fussy you are about what you want. So, but some companies who've had entertainers or presenters in the past, they will have a little bit of a stage there already. So that's something I think case by case you kind of have to find out what they want.
Okay. When you go into these trade shows, are you able to bring your equipment in? Or are you working with, the management of the venue that you have to bring stuff through? Can you talk a little bit about the different logistics of that?
A good question, because there's a lot of unions involved, and there can be, some issues that way. The only equipment I really have that, like, I always just travel with my props. I have a bag that stays with me. I carry it on. I'm not going to put it under the plane, because if they lose it, then I don't have anything. So that's part of it, that I don't let anything I really need go in the checked bags. But when I get there, I've just started for my stage. I have a folding IntelliStage that I use that fits in a case, and I used to ship it back and forth. I live in Canada, so it'd have to go across the border and all this shipping and brokerage, and I just started using a warehouse in Las Vegas primarily, and then having a logistics company ship that to wherever the shows are going to be, and that's seeming to be a lot better and a lot easier to do. There's something called drayage, which is a term for, I guess in the old days it meant taking stuff off of the carts that the horses pulled in and stuff. But nowadays it means anything that is coming off a truck and going into the convention center or going to the booth and back and forth, and it's usually done on a forklift. That's kind of a tricky thing. Like, the company will pay for that. So what you can often do is use their service, their drayage service. So I'll get this is kind of getting deep, Tom, sorry, but I'll get
I love it.
the advanced warehouse for the company. So it'll be a Freeman or GES, or the kind of the two big ones. So for example, in June I'm in New Orleans, and I'm going to get the shipping label from the company, and I send that information to my logistics company, who says, okay, we're going to, and so they ship that case to the advanced warehouse, which means it's not at the convention center yet, but it has the booth number on it. And so then when I get there to the show, it's already in the booth. And some of the time they've already set up my stage for me too, because they do that sort of thing. As far as sound goes, there's electricians and audio people that need to plug in things. Like, depending on what kind of convention center, sometimes you can't even plug in a light bulb. Like, you can't even screw in a light bulb or plug in a light into a switch, right? Like, it's like you got to wait for people to do that. When I bring my own sound system, I've never really run into problems. I just set it up because it's mine, and it's not. So, I mean, there probably is some issues there, but I just do it quick and no one sees me and what have you. So there are some of those things, but yeah, you can walk stuff right into the trade show booth if you got your exhibitor badge, and you can carry it. But if you want to ship it in advance, then it has to go through the proper channels, and through these logistics companies. So, kind of complicated, but that's the way it works, and it costs a lot of money too. So you got to make sure that company you're working for is paying for it. So.